have to go to the housing trust to draw money. Is the housing trust sustainable? You said if they paying people back the 11 billion, if it is, I use money to buy land, if how long can be sustainable? If the present government continue to go into the housing trust for everything they need, is housing trust sustainable?
No. May I have a question, Elder Dino?
Big boss,
Hold on, Ziggy. Make we hear to marry that.
All right, no problem.
Hello?
Okay. Yes, are you hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you clearly, please.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, please.
Right. The NHT was the foundation of the NHT, and you will see it in the legislation, was for the poor income persons. They would throw NHT, the employers throw, and a certain income level based on the amount of housing units they had available, they would be selected, and that is how it started initially. What happened with successive governments is that they wanted to change the legislation because the interest rates were far below that of the other financial institutions. So if you notice that during the 18 years that people are cursing about, what they did, it was a deliberate move when they increased the available amount for beneficiaries, because anytime they moved it to a certain amount, the other financial institutions plus the contractors, the building society, whatever, they would increase their amount and make a milking off of it. So the NHT stuck to what their legislation was all about. For the lower income workers at a 4% rate interest rate, higher income would have been 6% or 8%. Now there's a saying that says, if it ain't broke, there's no need to change it. But what this government has done is to change the whole complexion of NHT just to facilitate persons who can afford to go to building sites and get their homes while leaving out the lower income workers. Now, what the NHT used to do under the chairmanship of Carlton Davis, because they were not filling the housing, what the people wanted in terms of housing. What they did, they would go out and purchase lands for the building of scheme units. For example, Orange Bay, there's a scheme in Wiki Waki. All these schemes, NHT bought these lands. So when you see a scheme unit that is published in the paper that they're offering to beneficiaries, those lands were purchased by the NHT. NHT does not have a bank of lands. Those bank of lands is already by the land agency. So what has been happening is that this government has been raping the NHT. Now, what Mr. Golding said was that he would stop
Caution. I think I'll buy a panabia. Caution. You
want me there, man?
Oh, you're there. Okay, good.
All right. So the engineer, you part of one go back to you now.
I like some of the stuff. I like some of the stuff that Marie said. I wouldn't mind if I could interact with her a little bit, because she raised some important points.
All right. So the thing where me love her, the thing where we want to get back to the engineer. Remember, say the argument me and you put, the argument me put forth was the figure
Yeah, but I've asked from day one whether or not what Golding is doing is sustainable. Golding, no, wait a man. Golding says part-time plan is to repatriate $11 billion to the NHT.
Well, I know. You are my man to sell Andrew's NHT already. And
Yeah, man. We think it's a superior idea. And we think Golding has come up with that idea. Number one.
Hold on, man.
Wait now. Here the two things, bro.
Engineer, don't do really thing, man.
Me not do really. Me not.
We have it already. And we are just.
No, man. Me not make the point on it yet. You Alvaro. You asked me for list. You asked me for list 3 things.
No, we have 2 already.
In a budget. Me have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. Up to now, we can't move off for the first thing yet.
No, yeah.
But me have a problem with it.
We're not listening to me as the engineer.
Go to superstar.
The question is, you make a proposal of the NHT with what you say. Me say to you and give you one with a figure. And you, Richards, come now and give your Mark Golding proposal. Then you say, listen to me, man. You say you never know about the full context of what Mark Golding said.
Yeah.
Which, you know, me believe in my mind, you have go research it and come back with the information. So with the information you come back with now, based on your plan, what you say, Andrew, let's have, based on Mark Golding plan, which one of them more feasible and better for Jamaica?
Mark Golding's plan is not sustainable. He cannot even afford to repatriate the 11 billion to the NHT.
And
that's the heart of his plan.
Let me ask you a question.
Where you get that from?
Well, I know. You hear me mash up now, Ziggy. So
Mash me up.
Mark Golding plan not feasible. In 2020, how much money you take out of NHT? In 2020?
We have always been taking out 11 billion from NHT.
Right, hold on. So if we take out $11 billion, $11 billion over 5 years is 55 billion, right? So if you already that take out $11 billion, so if Mark Golding do the same thing, why is not feasible?
Me not understand why you just say.
Mark Golding, if you were to take out $11 billion now, and me now going to use the same $11 billion, contribute it to the cost of house to the people, how is it not feasible?
No. How is he gonna? Where is he gonna get the money to build the houses?
All right.
Remember, he's planning to use the 11 billion to build the houses.
Engineer, where did you get the money? Where did the NHT money came from at first?
All right, Bossy. I'm going to say again. Mark Golding put together a plan.
No, I know that me actually.
No. Alvaro, don't move. Alvaro, don't switch from the thing, Alvaro.
No, me not. Where did the NHT get the money from?
No, but you're switching from the thing. We're asking whether or not what he's saying is sustainable.
We're not going to have a conversation with that.
What conversation?
Where NHT
engineer to go now? I am recommending that we get rid of the engineer now.
I remember saying something before you go. Like an engineer. Can I ask you, NHT get 11 billion, 1/3 billion last 12 years to honor what he got in budgetary support?
They give the government 11 billion a year.
But then government, where NHT get it from?
From taxpayers.
All right, no. The NHT.
No taxpayers don't get the money from.
NHT invest them money, NHT rich, or whatever it's going to Jamaica. Listen.
Okay, but you said them don't get none of it from taxpayers.
Listen, man. DJ, me hurt me, man. Let me take time. I'm able to talk to you while I'm saying. Listen to the DJ. The park down at your place and Mobile, where they get money bill?
Go again?
The park down at your place and Mobile, where they get money bill? Don't put it. Where they get money bill?
King, what are you saying? No, Mr. No Max, what you say? Mr. No Max, what you say? King, you said that we can afford to give the 11 billion back to NHT and still do all of the plans that Mark Golding has in store. And I'm saying, no, we can't.
Can I?
Is that me saying? You show me. Mark Golding said
engineer, well on man. The engineer, well on man, you have to get this start and all this thing. Well on the general.
Engineer, let's listen me for your
big man. The man gave his plan.
Engineer, you now go to conversation. The conversation are not going to be general.
We now conversation.
You see a thing.
With the argument.
You see a thing.
Tell me, Alvaro, tell me how I respond to you.
Keep out of the box.
No, Alvaro, tell me how I respond to you.
Hold on, man, you know listen.
We can allow for
let me hear it. Let me hear it.
You see a thing. You say no feasible. And you are going to tell him feasible.
I'm here telling
My time I'm going to tell you
No. Alvaro and Hugh, I can't hear the tone at the same time. Just one on the talk.
All right. So listen what you are going to say.
Feasible. Yeah, listen what I tell you feasible. For the last 12 years, the NHT, I've been giving the government 100. $11.4 billion every year.
From the revenue the NHC get every year. Them get some of the money. Then we get some of the money from. Hey, you ask Hugh, do not ask me a question. Hugh, don't ask me a question. You do not ask me a question and then you stop me. Then you stop me after 5 seconds. Do not ask me a question and then you stop me after 5 seconds.
You know, for the answer, man, so don't man. The provide answer already. I know I get no more. Yes, from the intake. I may agree with you. Yes, from the intake. All right. They have a park in Montego Bay. They spend over almost $1 billion for bill. That's a NHT money. The Resilient Park over Portmore, NHT money. The one that proposed at Mandeville, NHT money. So listen me now.
How much those projects? No. My question. How much those projects? What is the
engineer? That conversation now. You man not done present the thing and you're going to interpret. Then how we are going to have a conversation? How we are going to move?
But you might give it incomplete information.
How is it? How you know say incomplete and you're not complete? No.
Okay, Albert. Then make him done and then we're going to ask him for the additional information when he's done.
All right, so hear me now. All right? So the fact that you're saying not sustainable. The land, Mark would say, Moggy 132, Moggy back the land of $132 billion. Right across Jamaica for the next 5 years. Never said 10, 15, 20 years. He said for the next 5 years for NHT build 50,000 house. You hear any of that? Okay. So he mortgage land. So and then he make an next proposal that within the 5 years there, the land component, that's in first terminal. In promises to make up you that. That in that 5 years, the land component of the mortgage will be subsidized. So he will give the land. He not selling it to the land. These are the facts that he more NHT, he will not give them land. Because the government had land, the government own land. We not talk about land, we say NHT have a souvenir. We not talk about Mark going to propose to give them now and then go build house. NHT have money to build house. So when they will get the land and then they develop the land. However, the land component in the next 5 years is going to be substituted. Tell me where you understand that.
All right, Bossy. You said them might use some of the money to build parks. You said me can't answer this. You said them might use some of the 11 billion to build parks. On average, how much per year are they taking out of the 11 billion to build parks?
I did not say that. That's a different money from the 11 billion that they take the money. Listen, you see when they build Emancipation Park, they have a different part where they take to build parks across Jamaica. That's different from $11 billion.
You are saying that in the budget. Right. No, sir. You're saying that the government.
Engineer, we have to go louder.
No, but Alvaro, why?
Let me answer this.
No, Alvaro, why? Why me can't ask him the question?
No, because let me answer the engineer, Alvaro. The engineer asks if it's sustainable. This program will be sustainable, and I say yes. One of the things that is costing Jamaica government money is corruption. $3 trillion is gone missing under this current government, right? If not if when Mark Golding going become Prime Minister of Jamaica, he will substantially curtail criminality in this country. So therefore, I am thinking that we can save $2 trillion. And if we save $2 trillion in corruption, then we will be able to fund that and plenty more.
Quality. Did you say trillion?
$3 trillion. Gone
So
missing.
No. Quality. You said trillion, right? You said
$3 trillion.
So Alvaro, you want to comment on that?
You want to go back to your fuck up.
No, go back to it, but this is so funny.
No,
Alvaro. no, quality. Every government talk that when them come in, them gonna cut corruption, and when them cut corruption, we are gonna see more money are coming in their budget. It has never happened. From GLP to PNP to GLP to PNP, there is no cutting corruption that lead to a massive increase of inflow to the government of Jamaica. I just start them attack. Not so.
Listen to me, man. You ask if it's sustainable.
More talk about this sustainability of the thing.
Let me tell you why it's sustainable. Because the government don't get 132 billion of that land, the government get NHT, the bill outside.
But sir, what are they going to use to build the houses?
The engineer. What I know.
Where come from anything that money?
And I'm saying, no, listen to Mark Golding's plan. Mark Golding said, Alvaro, the issue of sustainability is important.
This is what I said, engineer. But me see but still already say feasible.
No, feasible? Alvaro, listen to the maths. Alvaro, let me present the maths. No. Alvaro, let me present the maths. Alvaro, let me present the maths. No. Alvaro, let me tell you what Mark Golding said.
Engineer.
Mark Golding said he's running the central government. Alvaro.
Engineer, listen to me, sir. Now we are so like we are some mad people for us. You say not going away.
No, but Alvaro,
but you're not listening to me.
you give me my 2 minutes and I just use it now. And you can then come in after, but you're not even want to give me 2 minutes.
But listen to me, sir, the engineer.
May I hear what you say, but fear is fear. You should just give me 2 minutes them and then kill it.
Listen to me, sir. We will kill the conversation in 5 minutes. You take 1.5. You take 2, and you take the next 1.5.
That's excellent.
Feasible.
That's excellent. That sounds good. Go on.
Tell us feasible. Why feasible? You currently now taking $11 billion out of budget every year for budgetary support. Hence, I am saying to you, instead of we use it as budgetary support, we are going to give NHT land and don't take back that money. So that money coming from NHT, we're not going to use that again. They will find some other means to generate revenue. Hence, the money that we have owed NHT of the $132 billion, we are going to transfer it for land. So I don't like to, we want NHT that we give NHT land. In that regards, the land for the person who's buying the house is going to be cheaper. Is it that they're not don't have the land component to think about as a part of the housing cost? My question to you.
All right, Alvaro, my talk now.
Well, I know.
Okay, go on talk.
My question to you, when you presented your budget plan about the NHT, I mentioned about the 30,000. How is it that you are going to tell me that your housing plan is better than what Mark Golding proposed without the cost of land included in it? That's the question I'm asking you.
Okay, cool. Mark Golding said that he's not interested in securitization, which is 139 billion. He's not interested in the 11 billion from NHT. He's not interested in the asset tax. In the first year of phasing out the asset tax, he's going to lose $2 billion. In the second year, he's going to lose 4. In the third year, 6. He's going to go all the way and lose $10 billion a year in asset tax. So all told, Mark Golding has a plan that he's going to remove $160 billion from the central government budget. That is the plan. And I've said these plans are not sustainable. They're not sustainable.
Well, I know, DJ. You understand the question I'm asking?
No, but you understand what me just say? A man come with a plan. And the first part-time plan, him say he's going to reduce central government by $160 billion. Right, that's what you've done already. You're dead. You're dead in the water, right? That's so.
DJ, we're going to pass the conversation.
Yeah. No problem. We can pass. These plans are not sustainable. And I'm giving you clear figures from the budget.
Well, I'm clear. The question me ask you, Mark Golding proposal of giving land back $11 billion to each person or NHT so they can build 10,000 houses. How is it that Andrew Wallace's plan is better for Jamaica over Mark Golding. But that's the question me asking.
He's not taking $160 billion from central government to put out a plan out there.
What you take
All right,
out?
Mike, no. Alvir, remember that's rubbish and garbage. Energy is sustainable, energy is self-financed, energy that take government money. In other words, the government take money from energy. So you can't put the government energy thing independent for everything Mark Golding say. So me I go say what you say right. We not yeah, you move your mic, man, we don't talk, man. So what you also right, Mark Golding cut the budget by 160 billion. What that have to do with NHT? NHT is independent. NHT are the government take money for NHT, they're going to get NHT money. What your point? Stop talking rubbish, no man. You love people done something something there.
Why is the government taking $11 billion from NHT now? No, why is the government taking $11 billion from NHT?
Hold on. All right, so here we go now. Why 30 when you say Antonio can propose a great country? Third one.
Oh, okay. So Mark Golding totally unsustainable. Him can't even explain how him go. Now go to the next thing. Now go to the next thing.
If you are going to say how go, we have forget. We can't. This is a conversation now go nowhere.
But we are going to the next point, big man.
Why 30 you say? Well, Antonio have 9 budget can grow.
Second thing. So the first thing was changes to the NHT. The second thing was the capital works.
No, the first it was a baby. The baby there.
It was the baby.
No, that's what me said. The man asked what me said.
When I labor, when I say
No, hey, King. The man asked me what me said.
All right.
The Hope Children plan is great. So the next one. Hey, let's move to the next one, no, man. The next one is the capital works.
All right.
The capital works. Let me continue. Over the last 3 years, the government has been steadily increasing the money to capital works across all of government. This is central government plus public bodies. In fact, they have increased the spend. In fact, they have increased the spend by $30 billion over the last 3 budget cycles. This year, they plan to spend $163 billion worth of capital works, capital expenditure across all of government.
So if you average people, what capital works are going to do? What kind of
capital
project?
Works, investment in roads, investment in water supplies. He has plans, for example, for the expansion of the port. He has plans to expand the special economic zone. All of those are plans.
So when but the engineer, this is a question what me and you and the other bridge in that about. We sell name 5 things we can grow country this year into next.
So you are telling me
wait.
Alvaro, yes, a capital expenditure can grow the country.
Listen to what me say, big man. This is what me say now. We sell name 5 things. I say capital expenditure. Significant increase in capital expenditure. The engineer, it come like we have going in the conversation.
The engineer here the opposition spokesman and finance about spending capital expenditure to grow the government. So he might copy that from Julian Robinson. Let's give him that.
Quality. The government
I'm saying that this is what the government has done. They have spent $30 billion more over the last 3 years.
The government cut capital budget by $19 billion last year, 16 years before, and they more cut it this year by over $15 billion.
Hugh Richards. Alvaro, no shouting. No, Alvaro, no shouting. Hugh.
Engineer.
No. Wait a minute, Alvaro, no shouting. Alvaro.
You alone.
This one I say. What me want you do for me now, the engineer?
Listen
what me I say, the engineer. Listen what me I say, man. Me want you take a break, and me want you come back with the figure them. What was it in the first budget to the last one? So if we know if it's better than increase.
Telling you in this budget, in this special budget, capital expenditure is $2 billion, and in the public bodies it's 102.
This is what me say, man. You're the reality.
I'm not the reality. You're telling the fact now and tell me something else.
This is what me say now. One conversation. The conversation you are going to do with that. Me ask you say,
Alvaro.
Increase, how they can to increase. Me ask if we get the exact figure them.
I
But
give you the exact figure: 62 billion in central government, 101 billion in public bodies like Port Authority of Jamaica and NHT. Those are public bodies. Their money is not shown in the central government expenditure.
The engineer, the conversation I'm tell you choose. You're not gonna with me that. Cause me tell a man say, you know, say me increase you recharge pay me can say by $10. What was you recharge pay last time? You recharge that get $100 a month. 10 pay no $110. So me want you tell me what was the figure before it increase? What is the increase there upon it? And what was the decrease? That's all I want you come back with. When you come back here.
I have it written down. I can give it to you. I have it written down.
Well, I know a long time I not talk. Well, we can get a speak now, please.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so when me hear people talk about the finances of the opposition leader, but what would I like to ask? What is the finance for the capital allowance in Feasibility Williams' budget presentation? Was there any figure attached to that?
Fiverr Williams said all the things that she promised came up to $9.126 billion.
No, I did not ask about what she promised.
She said that. She said that she costed out everything. She said everything she costed out came up to 9.6.
Capital allowance.
Right.
What is the
She didn't give a breakdown
for the capital allowance?
Alvaro,
she never
Alvaro, I have the figures. Alvaro, I have the figures here when you want.
So tell us the figures for the capital allowance.
She never give none.
Alvaro, I have the figures here when you want.
The engineer, can you please outline the figure for the capital allowance, please?
No figure no state no. All right.
None never stated.
Alvaro, you want the figures now?
Hold on, man. We soon come back to your engineer. Hold on, man.
No problem, no problem.
Sir, you. Blair, we soon come to you, Richard. We go to Dino, then we go back to Century.
Yeah. I am still on the issue of the National Housing Trust. And the engineer talking about the People's National Party start taking the $11.5 billion for budgetary support. But the statutory adjustment which just took place in the current budget, Pricewaterhouse said it will cost the government $14 billion. Where is the government getting that $14 billion to replace the give back? If you're going to talk about where we're going to get the $11.4 billion to help with budgetary support, and the backs of the government giving back $14 billion, where the government going to get back that $14 billion? And remember, $11.4 billion from the housing trust comes at an end this year. For it to continue further, they will have to lay legislation in Parliament for it to continue. So the government has already been planning to forego the 11.4. What Mark Golding is proposed to do is to use that 11.4 along with the lands given back to the NHT to offset the building of low-income houses. That is all I have to say.
Ella, you, may have a question for you, you see? And my people, I don't want to sound, what the best word me can use? Ignominious. I don't want to sound ignominious or rude or anything like that. But the engineer,
Once I say Stephen Edwards is the chief engineer, you're good.
The engineer, and that me I tell you, man.
Before you do that, man, because in a 2020, your finance minister.
I'm not serious. We're just a joke with the man. Make him go and talk.
Yeah, man. But in a 2020, your finance minister, Mr. Nigel Clark, implemented what is called the Independent Fiscal Commission Act, right, which is to monitor money moving from different government entities. Now, NHT had in its reserve 294 billion, and they had 160 billion from their allocated profits and 37.5 billion in their annual housing expenditure. Then, now reflecting on last year's report, which would have seen, we would have seen at least some level of decrease, right? But within the report, are you aware that $2 billion is actually missing from that report that the NHT cannot give an account for? So I'm asking this question: what is the purpose of the independent Commission Act, Fiscal Commission Act that they created? Because if this can happen, and this is happening for the last 3 to 4 years now, we're at least a deduction of $2 billion is missing and cannot be found. Me, I wonder if money have food for work. So me that love to know.
But you know that the Independent Fiscal Commission started operating January of this year, right? You know that, right?
I have an understanding of that. But what I'm saying
so,
is
so how would it be able to evaluate something that was happening in 2020 and 2022?
No. I'm not just talking about 2020. I said for the past 3 years.
No, but it just started operating January of this year.
It's a 2025.
The only thing that they have done so far is to evaluate this year's budget, which, by the way, they said
no, but
is
you can't
credible.
tell me that. But you can't. But I'm looking at the documents right now that made mention of this act being enacted since 2020 June.
OG, this is something I like. This is something I like. I will share something.
Well, I don't know me I give reference. Well, I know me I give reference. So you can go read it.
No,
for
but
yourself.
you're getting up. But I'm sharing something that is a fact with you, and you will get upset with me. It's like
me
when
no
you
want
mentioned
word
the thing about Stephen Edwards, a chief engineer.
The engineer. I like word with references. I like source. I don't like hear word of mouth. Because as a lawyer, I can't go before a judge and tell him say
it's not word of mouth. Everybody in Jamaica supposed to know that the Independent Fiscal Commission started operating.
The engineer, what I know? I word of mouth, and everybody in Jamaica know. I'm telling you why. Hey, you want to hear why? Last night the Prime Minister gave you some water.
All right, Alvaro, you know say me not do that to me. You know say me exaggerate when me say everybody. I mean a lot. I don't mean to everybody.
Hey, Alvira, beg one because beg one to make a say to. Because me know say me not stupid. Me listen to the budget where you know say the engineer, you know say only JLP is just naive and mischief and wicked. All right, the government have $350 billion in every budget by law. Where the government can use that, do anything you want to. You know that. You know that the engineer.
No,
so stop talking about where money come from, brother.
Bless me.
Look here, you know that.
That is untrue.
It in every budget.
Sir,
it's in every budget. We put to one side every year in every budget.
That is untrue. That is untrue.
Yeah, man, you have discretionary spending $370 billion this year. Discretionary spending.
And any government in a poor can use that the way they want to do with it.
All right, I'm going to repeat
different
again.
From corruption.
What is
different
called
from TV.
What is called discretionary spending is the part of the money that don't go towards paying back loans and don't go towards paying wages. Everything else.
So, and it put aside. It put aside to do what?
The engineer. The things on this started now. If we there,
but he know Alvira, but then just wicked at about it. All right, where this government can get money from to do everything you want to do. So me go ask you something. So when PMP win, and Jones and the JLP go take the budget and take the money and Ghana and nobody no know. So we're gonna keep on ask where money can come from, like the country now earn money. We're gonna keep on ask that. That's a sound like a mischief. No know what to say. Talking now. Every country will earn money. The budget, we can't put the Prime Minister have a right to choose where you want to do with the budget. So when you come and jump up about money, like Jamaica, like Andrew rob off everything and Jamaica now go on no more. And that's no one tell me.
Alvaro, that's tell me when I'm like.
$2 trillion corruption are going to stop.
Yeah, man, that's tell me when I'm like.
Corruption are going to stop.
Hold on, we are going to Dino, you know. Sir Dino, you still about?
Tell Peter Marks about where money will come from, Like, say, like somebody a throw money in a Andrew pocket to run the country and then now go give me a Golding.
When Dino come, could also talk with each other, man.
Dino. Maybe Dino gone. You come back.
Remember me answer, because all zero in me I go for the housing. You say not sustainable.
Hold on, man. We all you. Me ask a question from my
Anyway,
time.
not to make a run,
I've not heard an answer.
Yeah, man. All right, Ziggy, make
I'm saying if the government continue to take all this money for program, what is first of all, what is the revenue of housing trust? That's the first thing you have to look at. And if you keep going to them every minute to take money, the 11 million billion for budgetary support and other things to take your money, is it housing trust sustainable if you continue doing that? I mean,
engineer, I respond to that. Dino ask you a question.
Since 2020,
Are we not Dino?
More respond. Alvaro, more respond to your question
And
first.
Dino, listen, man. And
Alvaro,
if
Alvaro, you
NS
ask me to do something more, respond to that first.
wait a man, if NS use 11 billion and below, don't NS earn from it.
of course.
When they give government money for budget,
There's a
what they earn from it.
4% interest rate that they charge for the houses.
Wait a man, Dino, when them give government money for budgets and support, they earn from it.
Nothing at all. It
So
robbed
you
them.
know, the engineer chat garbage. No sense.
To say in can come over here so with the engineer trip to country people are telling you know, say labor right and lose it, then you know if you say and all them can jump up every day. Where Mark Golding not get the money? Where Mark Golding not get the money? Where Andrew get the money now? Where Andrew get it now? Eh? We cannot talk to you until where Andrew get the money now.
I don't know the big bomb.
You're to the Prime Minister Motors and intervene said NHT is a financial institution. So, you know, that's in the seat as a trust on behalf of the working class people.
Alvaro, my turn to respond.
what may I say now? If the
Well,
economy
let's
is so
send
good,
you go through there, you come through the engineer.
All right, no problem, boss.
if the economy is so good, why are they still taking that amount of money out of the NHT? Right? They constantly say, oh, the economy is the best it has ever been. Right? So if it is the best, why they still taking this amount of money from the NHT for budgetary support? And I keep saying no. They keep saying we're going to get the money. The Auditor General said that $3 trillion is unaccounted for. So me 100% sure. So when the government,
the 11 billion change was for a 4-year plan, you know. And it got a lifetime plan now.
So I'm saying if 3 trillion gone missing, right? And the Prime Minister, the new Prime Minister, will put in place impeachment and take care of all those criminals that know in Parliament. We can save $2 trillion, so we will have that to spend.
All right, so I'm going to
Quality, say it one more time. So you expect us to save what? $2 trillion per year, right?
Not per
Right. We'll get $2 trillion more per year, right?
We will cut the corruption by 2 trillion.
Yeah, per
1
year, right? So
trillion
we'll get $2 trillion more per year, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. So we're going to get this year's budget is $1 trillion, and we're going to get $2 trillion additional per year. Okay.
I mean, what's that Jacob? Because that's what the man said. Over the last 10 years, $3 trillion accounted for.
No, did it go missing?
When you can't account for something one feet. If you can't
so you believe that all those people didn't get paid.
We're not going on that road.
No, but Alvaro, I agree with you. It's just a stupid argument.
We want to stick to your part.
Let me respond to you now. My turn now?
Yeah, you give me 1 minute.
You said me to do the research. So in 2022-2023, the capital budget across all of government, 127.6 billion, 58 from central, 69.57 from public bodies.
Right?
2022-2023. We're going to go up. 2023-2024, it jumped to 134.93 billion.
Tell how much was spent. Tell how much was spent. How much
No,
was them
it's in the
spent?
past, so all of this was spent.
No,
Year
it never
22,
spent.
2023
No,
gone already.
Lord
have mercy, what is wrong with you?
You're done, man.
The engineer, man, me could get the thing there so people are listening. This was the budget. How much was
This was what was spent. This was what was spent.
No, the engineer.
Spent. This is what was spent. 2022, 2023 is what was spent. 127.6 billion. 58 billion from Central. 69.56.
Hold on. So since I know that spend, and you research where you look on, give me a list of
you want the rest? Oh, you don't want the rest of them?
Hold on, man. Hold on, Regine. You say 127 spend, and you research where you do, you 127. Give me a list of projects. What?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, you're dumb down the conversation. Don't do that.
Hold on, tell me as the engineer.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You asked me to go and research. You asked me to go and research the figures. And if you no go tell me, say me if you go try and list the project them, you're dumb down the conversation.
All right, make good pass that, come on. I got this a conversation.
Yeah, man, not do that, man. Not do that.
You know what you're talking
right.
about? If all of the capital project money was spent, that would to say that the $21 billion that them said spent on Cornwall Regional Hospital would have been spent.
Would have been spent, exactly. So that me come to. Exactly.
Alvaro.
But now we know
the public record is the public record. The public record is there, big man.
Hold on, the engineer. Hold on. Say question me answer. You say 127 was spent.
Was 127.6.
Hold on, we just square up 127.
128.
All right, 128 was spent. And after 128, did any budget for Cornwall Regional Hospital?
I'm sure Cornwall Regional had money in there.
Has it all of it been spent?
No.
Then how you say will I use?
You asked me if all of the money.
No, well, no. You just say 128 of the amount in 2022, 2023 was spent. My follow-up question to you is, was any budgeted for Cornwall Regional Hospital?
Alvaro, listen to me again. This is money that has been spent. What was budgeted?
Engineer, hold on.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
The engineer, hold on. Can we clear up this last?
Yeah, man, clear it up, boss.
How much is the provider? Hold on, how much is the provider? 127 billion, right?
Was spent.
Hold on, 127.
How much was budgeted for this?
I didn't check the budgeted figure.
Hold on.
But more than like for most of these years, the figure that was budgeted was higher than what was spent.
The engineer, this is what I'm saying. You come and tell us 128 billion.
27 yes.
128. And you only have to 128, you know.
Yes, 128 was spent.
Was spent. And I know my follow-up question to you, was any budgeted for Cornwall Regional Hospital?
I'm almost sure that there was something in there.
My next follow-up question to you, was all of Cornwall Regional Hospital money spent?
I don't know.
Well, it never spent. So that means the money go back to
what you mean it wasn't spent? What do you mean by that? Alvaro, this year I think them budget must be 8 billion for Cornwall Regional.
No,
but it will take more than 8 billion to finish the project.
$5 billion.
5 billion. But it will take more than 5 billion to finish the project.
But over what subsequent child budget the money
Alvaro. You cannot use whether or not the amount that was budgeted in that year as something to know why the project isn't finished. A project can cost $20 billion, and in a financial year, them only budget $6 billion for it. You understand, boss?
Well, that means there was $6 billion spent.
Let me ask a question. How much the capital budget cut by this year?
I don't
Capital
believe them,
budget
man.
was
Both of
$75
them
billion
contribute to
last
growth
year,
in the
and it
economy.
was cut by $19 billion.
And last year
That
was
was
16
said
million a
by
year
the
before.
Minister of Finance.
Bossman, me give you the number. 128, 135, 159, 164 this year. Those are the numbers.
When you do that, you are talking about capital spending by the various ministries. We are
I
talking
said
about
across
capital
all
budget in the
government,
budget.
government of Jamaica, whether through the public bodies or through
engineer.
central government,
Right,
and spend
engineer.
their money there.
All right, the engineer. Hold on. So you provide, say, the country will grow by capital expenditure, right? That's how
Correct. Which is Ralston Hyman's favorite thing.
Hold on, man. You are gonna respond here regarding that.
Alvira. It was proposed that like a capital budget this year. This year, $89 billion. I don't know 160, 89, and from the 89.
So we
Wait a
know
minute. From $89 billion.
You know, someone I give one of the figure every year that was spent. Now go to the figure every year that was spent. I'm there anyhow to find any. To find any document to contradict.
Engineer. We have $13 billion spent on capital budget.
And what was spent was still more than the year before.
Engineer,
combined between public bodies and things was still more than the year before.
Engineer, we're not going to have that conversation anymore. Because you provide that you go do your research and the man counter your thing. And
He's not countering it. He's not countering it.
Engineer,
No. Let me ask you.
Engineer,
What?
engineer, listen
What
to me,
is
son.
it? No.
The engineer, just make you provide X and the man provide Y. Just give man a chance, rebut, you know, then you come back road and then you
So that the fuck that the boy money you done some
But if you know what you say wrong?
engineer, we can't go.
But your number's wrong. Your number's wrong.
We never continue like this with that. So, we put chill.
All right, Varro, go on to the next point.
No, we're not going to continue like this. You come and you do your research and it's like you want to say that is the ultimate fact.
Yeah.
All right, Varro.
Somebody else can say.
Bossy. Me make him talk. Make him.
No, man, you don't make me talk. Me don't talk with you, man. Because you know what I'm saying.
Come through. Come through.
You break down your football town.
Heck.
We listen, Brennan, and for bottom, and I'm saying you, but you know the truth, about Chin does a campaign for the Jamaica Labour Party and I tell lie, so that's why he come out and say that. But he don't definitely know the truth. The engineer know everything where happen, the good and the bad, but he knows Mark Golding plan and everything was better.
The Minister of Finance said, Fiverr Williams said, that the capital budget for 23-24 or 24-25 was $75 billion and it was cut by $19 billion.
So me don't know engineer get them big figure. That's why more engineer tell me when get the figure.
I can give it
Everybody will make about it. Everybody will make about it.
Public bodies out of it and deal with the capital budget only.
Why should public bodies be out of it? Why public?
Action. This man cares zero about truth. He cares zero about spreading he cares zero about truth. In the business that he has no qualms about lying. Right? He has no qualms about seeing the truth and reading something else. And for me, that is retarded right now where we are. Mr. Golding took us to a point already when he was finished with his budget speech. We had no more need for anything like this. The man did it. When Damien went into Parliament and schooled them, just the other day, he used Andrew's own thing and school Andrew. Him called Darrell Vaz the boy. When you suck the account, hey brethren, we don't need to. Mr. Blair, Alvaro, all of you are PNP men with information and knowledge. Me put out some of the things that I put up.
What are
I people are questioning, and if you get rid of this person, they send them, he sent, they hear them talk, them send them,
What me I look
to
for?
confuse anything from you, and he's giving nothing but lies. Nothing but lies.
Oh, but
You understand?
no one get him back on the phone. When he finish. Because the engineer, you come here and tell me a while ago, say. Just 2022-23 was $65 billion. Where is the 62 billion dollars come from the engineer?
Alvaro, I repeat to you. The capital budget across all government. No, but Alvaro, the first .74 was spent in central government, 97.2 was spent in public bodies. They had planned to spend almost $80 billion in central government, but they spent 61.74 and they spent 97 in public bodies.
Mute them. You see the recurrent budget, the recurrent budget, that's how we use PA.
Now, recurrent budget, that is capital expenditure.
Can I speak? The recurrent budget is where you use and pay the bills. The capital budget we use on the projects. For the last 3 years, the government get spending. Yeah, man, and the excuse of them find is that is what you call it? Procedure, something. When my what is them go fix. They say that's what
Alvaro, I have given you my source. The estimate of
listen, gentlemen, hold on. It's a man like Dino. I can't believe that Dino sit here with you. Hugh Richards have a wealth of information, just as Dino. Hugh Blair, caution. We're not tolerate this imbecile. We need to stop it. It make the sex a retardation. It stumbles any platform that he sent to annoy us. democracy is what runs labor rights. You understand? They never when Damien had to tell Vaz about policy and something a while ago. I couldn't believe it and the thing when he talked the other day. These are people who are dons he sent here for a purpose. And we keep on telling you know, at the point where we are, we need to assist our comrade leader and the hierarchies, and they're doing all that they can do. Them can't beat our men out there in the parliament. Them can't beat them on no platform. So you see why we have this retarded man. He's a liar. He's despicable. He's the low life. He's everything that is bad. We don't need to have him. All he does is make men like Dean and Hurcha look like them confused. Take him off of the platform. Don't tolerate him. Make him argue with them liver right now. And them hardly want him over there either. They don't even want him amongst them too long either. So why we doing this to the people's national prestigious party? We can't do this. People are listening to you know, and this man is spewing confusion. Get rid of him, man.
I agree.
Time for him to go.
Yeah, man. Because you never said, we never said, because we are growing.
Presented to the people.
Mr. Blair, recurrent budget, I will use the recurrent budget is the most of the budget. I pay teacher, nurse, doctor, everybody. Capital expenditure, the capital budget, I will use the projects. When the Prime Minister was $84 billion and get 49 what I the theme party. $5 billion and get what I. Minister of Education get $4 billion. Yeah? And security get $8 billion. So then I'm
so where the project when the Port Authority of Jamaica does a project, where do you see that money?
You're wasting my time.
Just answer a question. When Port Authority of Jamaica, NWC do a project,
Port Authority don't need government subsidy.
Water Commission need Water Commission need government subsidy. NHT don't need government subsidy. Because the question I asked, it was sustainable. If you are taking $11 billion every year from NHT and now give them back, and NHT take that $11 billion bill house and I get 4% interest, in this NHT you earning. Me don't know this man is a stupid man.
NHT know if you buy land, you.
Exactly. Because the government only land now.
When housing trust bill out, they must go buy land.
The part that confuse me about the whole thing is you are telling me say you are take out the money to use something else. I mean now say me are going to use it contribute to land to benefit the same people. Like. How is it that you ask me your plan is sustainable?
I take into consideration so the housing trust bill will come out of the housing trust coffers.
We don't understand how that part
is capitalized.
NHT is not.
You couldn't take 11.4 billion.
The NHT is not a burden on the government.
No.
It's not, and it has never been a burden on the government.
Never. Port Authority, Water Commission,
JPS used to be.
JPS.
Telephone company used to be. But
Dino, remember said the minister December 19 said the capital budget cut by 19 billion. This man said no, not go so. This man understand what I said. And he knows the people don't.
The engineer know everything. The engineer is carrying out a task and we are just said it. I listen to him.
But notice if you bring up health, the engineer can tell everything about health. So I wonder which university him go become an engineer and study.
Engineer for the jet blocking last night. So him can allow cash and Eurochats to spread the propaganda. I'm afraid they got debunk them. So I feel him job that. I just want me sick, me can't put it so long. Yeah,
I heard them. They heard me hear him and them 3 times now. I've heard them talking about that and plotting and saying, go no. Because when Mario came off, Mario go over the back and Mario said, boy, my man, we can't get the girl there, call the girl, never tell her about her, whatever, And I went over there and I heard them on the thing there. And then him come and him after those 3 runs, him come on because he's like a little, the little ants them where run up along his sugar, the little picky little ants them because if you have brush off all the way because I'm annoying. He's like that. He's like that. That's what he's there for. We don't know nothing about this man. We know nothing about this man. We don't know what he claims to be or whatever. The man said there's no chief engineer. What do you mean there's no chief engineer? There has to be a chief engineer. And I looked up all of me typing the information, but I'm not looking. And instead I said there is no chief engineer.
The part of mind boggling is like the Prime Minister said about the water last night, Dino Pa, St. Mary. He said a lie. But me just carry to Prime Minister page and me want me to say.
Alvira, you know how me knows that government have chief engineer and I know say when them draw a plan you need approval. I was supposed to do a factory. Well, me to be finished build it 1997. And when we build it and draw the plan and submit it to the St. Mary Parish Council, the plan was drawn by the government chief engineer from Ministry of Agriculture. And he didn't go visit me. He said, no, man, I can't go there and say anything me draw, no need no approval. Anything else interesting. And if the chief, I said, say, I told them we don't need approve that. Once I them draw it, free, I may start my building right away. So when you tell me about there's no chief engineer, every department of government needs engineer have a chief engineer. And they become the technical director. Chief engineer and technical director. Agriculture have one, housing have, NWA have. So there are several chief engineers in different departments. But
this man say, oh, energy sustainable. And me still go, if you are going to give the people the land, because the government have land, we not sell it. We want $132 billion. So we're going to land. For like 5 years, we now build 50,000 house, span them land, and with them 50,000 house, the land component height. That's 50,000 Jamaican. We're not going to pay for your land. Yeah?
But you Richard, when a person going to do $1 billion own land, don't you can collect the plan from a plan from Housing Trust?
Yeah, man, you have
submit a plan to Parish Council?
No, if anything, you have submit it.
Anything then tries already approved.
Yeah. Because remember, say NHC know the quality and the way of it have, you know. NHC know much this, and they tell you much cement, much black, much steel, much this, they tell everything we put in it. But the point, I get to the engineer. I just sick, but me never told thing. When this man, the engineer say, sustainable. If you are take 11 billion and give back the government nothing, and you use 11 billion and build house, so you get 4% interest on it. How the NHC feel? How you feel sustainable?
The $137 billion worth of land given to the housing trust will cut the cost of housing by nearly 40%. Income housing, and that is what has taken the people. So it is the engineer
the cheapest
that information from going out to the public. That is all he has been on the platform trying to do this morning. It's just
wait a minute. First he said that your mark. Hey, first come and play. First I'm reading he said that your mark what it is. Then when you read your mark what it is, that's what mark what it means. Man, that's skill, his skill. I was saying we should have taken my platform for a long time.
Hearing from Black King like with Kizzy and them.
The section is saying the research and come back.
Supposed to be doing more.
You know, this is section it's saying go to research and come back. You might tell you, can you read? The exact statement came from Fiverr Williams. The Mark rebutted and said, I did not say that. I say, well, give back the 11 billion. We can't give it back. I want to take it already. We're going to stop taking it.
$11.4 billion come to an end this financial year. Them can't take it back unless then leave legislation in Parliament for it to continue.
Yeah. The government proposed to take the last 11 billion this year.
Yes.
Remember, the next 4 budget, they're in the yellow book already, you know.
That's how when they say budget report, me I send them to yellow book. They tell you when a yellow book.
The next book, the yellow book go to the IMF, you know. And the yellow book go to the IMF and the World Bank, you know. To the proposal of the government. And the IMF said the government don't go by 1% in the next 4 years.
I think next month will be around 1.5 trillion or something like that.
What about $60 billion from
You know that, and you know that, and you not tell you that. And you know you love it.
Exactly. Let us come up with us. Yo.
You must realize that you are the chief technocrats outside of the party who out there, you are out there for a purpose. So when you lower your standard by having discussions with the engineer, it don't make no sense. The engineer not care a shit. Hey, in my business enough. You know what the man did? He was on a live I was on the other day with Goody. And they said how many houses was built? Only 10,000 houses were built. So Karshan said, so what about the 79,000 whatever? I don't remember the exact thing, right? But you know why they say that houses were not built? They said, no, only 10,000 titles were given out. So I said to them, but hold on. So 10,000 titles mean that a contract is over. The other one, the 79,000, means that a contract is on. These are still houses given out. No, you couldn't convince them that the 10,000 was completed contract. And you couldn't make them understand that other 79,000 was houses built. The people that run it down, good, and then
government does not and what title for housing trust houses. As you done your mark, you go NHT office, go collect your title. Government handle title for them. And this is going to handle title, I must be social program. I come on a lamp or something. Social program.
No. You know, housing trust doesn't give it a title. They don't give it a title just like that. They don't. Nope. I should know because I went for a title years after.
Let me don't pay for me to start housing trust. Listen, I forgot the head office. They hand to me in an envelope. I have no ring my roof to go through it.
Yeah, right. You mean after you finish paying? Yeah, that me talk. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
The engineer. Well, let me tell you this, the engineer. I mean, at 5 away over here. So whether number declines or no, the engineer, me no rush number, no. Accuracy of information me deal with. So you watch number on live, and that the engineer, me no watch anything, no man. So what does that have to do?
Someone was in the comments saying to you, drop it because the numbers are dwindling. That's what somebody was texted that to you, and said drop him. The numbers, your numbers are dwindling. So it started before this albatross came out. Stop. Let us stop. Tapping sends the program out. So let us take a minute and just stop.
Engineer, we have to get the thing. Okay. We can't take a mistake. We can't. Just like the Prime Minister can tell about the water engineer, I proof you say man liar. We show you last night again. Right from the page of Robert Bobby Montague. They say from 2080 project start. Now, Mrs. Say no. Bobby Montague Facebook page. And GIS News and Parliamentary Discussion 2009-2008.
Let me tell you how that go, Alvaro. Because that era, as I hear about it last month, they called me and asked me about it. I said, let me call somebody at Jamaica quick. Because I know most that area. And I call a friend of mine who live in the area. And he said, yeah, man, up on my area. In 2008, Bobby Montague make a big statement that in 100 days of him being a member of Parliament, water will be in the Masonal division. 10 years later, there's no water there. What they did, Bobby Montague is under severe pressure now, fighting for his life to win back that constituency. So him get Sam Oda, the Prime Minister tour Western St. Mary that day, looking at all the bad roads and decided to give water to Masonal. What they did, water is at Cassie Garden, going out on the main road to Ochoas. Water is also at up on top of the hill, which is at Days Mountain. Middle grandson and Masonal fall in the middle of between Cassie Garden and Days Mountain. What they did was carry a water truck, go up on top of the hill, connect some half-inch pipe down to Masonal, put a standpipe and the Prime Minister come with a big thing, house-to-house water. And as soon as water commission vehicle was there, as soon as he make the speech and move towards Baileysville, they take up the pipe, then they pull it up, then cut off with the T and everything and the L1 throw it in the water commission vehicle and go with it.
Oh my goodness.
Coming from a truck. Just coming. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. When I saw it, I couldn't believe it. Oh, sir.
They have gone to that low now. This is past desperation.
I recall the time when they were tricking the people and they put up the lights and say we're giving you light, and by the time they look the GPS man and take up at the light. This is that truck, this is a water commission truck. And the hose is attached to it, and the man turned on the pipe through the hose where the people were gathered. And when the man them trail the hose and follow the hose coming from the truck.
Thank you.
But the Prime Minister come out last night and say, me I tell him, me tag me night, so me just go further to show him, say, I don't miss say no. Bobby Montague say from 2008 he start. So how now if you say a lie, me I tell him Bobby Montague says the same thing. When also Bobby Montague budget presentation in the Parliament says same thing, say project grant for $110 billion. But the problem why project couldn't finish over years is land acquisition, water, COVID. And that Bobby Montague states say why project couldn't done over nearly 17 years now.
My God.
And the
minister division of a PMP count and then they invite him.
So you just go check. Go write a Bobby Montague page, 14th of July 2014. Exact same thing he said. So how you blame me say me I tell lie and him say?
Lamb of Calvin.
Have a PMP elected member of council and then don't invite him.
Invest day and age with technology so advanced. By the snap of your finger, everything is in the public domain. And them do them kind of things there.
But that era fall under the Rockabessa division, you know, which voted for the PMP.
Oh.
It comprises of a part of Grandstone is a part of that division. A part belongs to Portmore division. But the bulk of base
no, the Mia division, and then they invite the Mia.
Yeah, the Mia division, eh?
And then they invite him.
People have to pass this liberalization now. We have people who get water, but not give people now. You come and Matthew Samuda give a pretty speech now. This speech of Matthew Samuda means nothing, no kind of water in that pipe, you know.
No pipe not there, water in no pipe. My pipe not there.
Yeah, man, allow DJ to say in the comment section because in the payers are pay garbage much. You know that nothing makes sense. Nothing. You don't know what is capital budget?
Alva, no pipe not there. Budget. All they did was to run park the truck on top of the hill. A water truck. Attach the necessary fittings and run a pipe down to Masonal, which is not far away, just a couple of chain. And then put up a standpipe. And then hook the pipe and water flow and say to the people, no, we bring your water in Masonal.
Somebody followed the hose and found the truck, and the madam tried to move fast to disconnect the connections.
The pipes were thrown in one time to bus who belong to water commission, you know.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Hey, you know, some most people they never come from a year ago. I busting people come there.
Carry them from Carnal in the strong jail here. Because the Prime Minister was going to Gale and Gale was his last tour.
He go Gale, he don't meet that Gale.
Yeah, that's just his last part-time tour.
It's him Gale with the 2 o'clock man electric local election night.
Same thing during the local election. They make a big motorcade and they end up 2 o'clock a morning and Gale with a public meeting. Same thing I go on. Trying to assure them and then lost the seat. They never win. People are full of trust.
Well, I wonder what the engineer say about all and something, you know.
It's not like
That garbage, man. It makes no sense, man. Have a look. Right? The engineer don't know what is capital budget and recurrent budget. The minister said the capital budget will cut by $19 billion. Just not go so. You say, man, one man can't done so. And look how people done some food.
The engineer know exactly what I'm saying now.
Capital, as the name suggests, is
That's why
what
in speak of the
what is
capital
spent to
budget.
establish something. Recurrent is paying what is already there, like the salaries for nurses, teachers, and what have you.
Engineer will know.
Exactly.
You will know.
Engineer know.
You
I just
can't say that, you know,
carry on.
a labor right, you know, and they fully don't. Yay.
No,
Hey,
man.
Alvin, him don't know Alvin. He don't know the difference, Alvin. I tell you, I add the two of them together and then they say they want $100 billion. He's stupid, he don't know.
No, him add the two of them because him don't want to admit that the capital budget was cut by
Yeah,
$19
but
billion.
you have to together increase.
Yeah. And that him not that's why him do it.
You don't understand him, man. I tell you, you don't understand him in general.
The things say, man, the things we have our sense of discussion. You know that one now tell me
You know, see
something.
the one in 100 life, you know, the one in 100 life company and start disrespect and rush. Because then if first I asked him, input about baby were born 2022.
What benefit the country next year or this year?
No, next 18 years. They pay them all get
That now
them the
coming up
benefits.
maturity till 2043, you know. What benefit the country?
Yeah, and then the engineer say wait part. That means everybody were born from 2022 will be part beneficiary. Stupid and fool. Oh, you know that people are part beneficiary. In most happy that the part don't have the picture, they have what they lack.
But the fears of the man will come to have a sensible discussion. The man gone on part of being mad.
Yes, I mean, man say, you know, Albion, man say, about the panic, about end day. The man say, him tell Kizzy, say, Kizzy, you can't tell me not allow caution, and you reach out them for the platform and sell them narrative. I have to go there and confuse and debunk all them talk. I don't feel sick, I'm independent of that. May I tell you?
I heard them too. No?
But go yeah, debunk, go facts say. It's just a set script then get you know, guys say the Prime Minister debunk, you know. Him debunk and present.
We can't talk about some mark policy, we can't talk about the education, because we never get figured the education part time. So we can't even talk about that. You know?
Before we left off of the housing, we need to reinforce the two budget speech where housing is concerned to show that Mark Golding proposal
There's no competition.
There's better proposal than the Andrew Holmes.
The young people, them
once because I may ask him, you know, how a man working $30,000 a week, I go accomplish a loan of $9 million. When you need to make $150,000 a month.
He might go accomplish it when the Mark going to take a $3 million fight. So it's only $6 million. He might accomplish it.
That's all me ask the engineer and going to tell me. You must tell me say not feasible. How is not feasible when the house cost gone down by $2.5 million versus the man where you have to pay your car have a cost of $2.5 million. You see as a liberal me done.
If a person know that him paying rent, I know say after 2 years he can apply for the said place to pay a market for the said place when he might pay the rent for. He will work off him shoes off and foot because eventually he becomes a homeowner. And that is the idea.
But
Recall what Andrew said? Andrew said 3 persons, family members, can put together to get one house. 3 family members can put together to get one house.
The all 3 family I go own that.
See, these are ridiculous people. The man said 3 persons, 3 family members can come together now and join up and you can get a house together. 3 family members.
Me and my 2 brothers now go own one house. Because them are go want their own family, me I go want my own family. Everybody are go want them individual family. So you only are go put family in family dispute by doing something like that.
And knowing our history as a people, where land feud is concerned.
No more problem.
Tell you something going on. I am seeing some young people coming out on TikTok and they are talking. You understand? Them are talk. So 3 youths come out and them singing. They must sing against them. Young girl come out and she say, can you imagine that there is hope for me? They always think to Africa overseas. We can stay in Jamaica, get a home and pay it and have to pay the rent. The 40 or 50,000 may pay for rent. We can't take it out. I own a house. She said, no, sir. Me don't want to travel again. America keep on a visa because hope is coming. Hope is coming. I'm going to feel good because one thing I know about Mark Golding, these people don't make promises that they don't intend to keep because integrity and transparency.
I carry the summary. Listen, this if it makes sense. Yeah, I carry the summary I read it. So carry say, not much never go on 18 years, much more could have gone. So me say me actually more could have gone like every other year. Now your question me go ask to carry. When Mama D turned MP, well, it's 2007. So me say, since 2017 now, tell me 3 developments in a year. Tell it you can't tell me. So me say, we are talking about water. You have pipe water. Tell us if you have tank water and you know busy nobody, but nobody then have running water in the pipe. Then me say then from 2017 now, and 18 years, 24, 18 years now. How is it that you blame? You have nothing, but you can't show nothing of your experience to be 18 years. The same amount of years. How that makes sense? Let's say, no matter what, still labor right. Mr. Me not tell me say labor right, but you acquire a man saying you don't do country and a person you will if your constituency don't do nothing like that.
And you know the funny thing about that, Alvaro, I am from South Chilani, you know. And during the period of the 70s, Michael Manley had running water in that section of Chilani where Carrot is talking about in the 70s. And 50 or 55 years now, no running water. From them time they standard them come up and the pump broke down, no repair to the pump, no replace to the pump, and everything gone right back down to square one.
So how is it that a lie now? So that a lie too? The people don't have water like a lie that, so now I'm going to make a lie. And that you don't understand. So all that way we are saying. No go so. The people that set me about water on the pipe now. A lie that the president come go say a lie and a truth. Feeding from the court, the result from the court a lie. When you actual court document there. No, sir.
You know, Isaac Buchanan is making strides in Portland, you know. The man is making strides in Portland. But I know that action and is deactivated. You understand? But know that action and is the man campaigned as if he's a seasoned politician. But you know what that comes from? That comes from the life that he lives. That comes from the kind of father that he has. That he has. That comes from his father. It comes from, hi baby. Where you are? What do you want? Go away. Right? And I mean, where's the people open up to ISAT and them talk? He has this tablet program. And ISAT said a little girl call and just said her mother don't want to call, so she called. And she said, Mr. ISAT, can I get that thing? And my mother live right at your fridge for ask you. So me I ask you. And then says, all right, man, just tell me what school you go and I'll get it to you. You get me? Hey, the people need truth. The people need liberation. And it's gonna and we need to tell them this, you know. Based on how this person is coming to working in this country, you know. It's not going to be a walk in the park. As usual, it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of issues to fix. A lot of things to fix when we get into governance. right? Because what he wants to do now, who sells out the highway? The man at 20% of the highway for government have. That is something we can't lose no time at all. Why you sell out that? That can't appreciate why you sell that out. And now the man wants to privatize Petrojan. Why? Hello. He's trying to shut down and close everything so not left when PNP come in. We can tell him one thing. Him and his wife and Darren Vaz and the whole of them, they make an answer. They make an answer to the courts. And we have to claim back the land them, make them know that too. We're not saying that they got back a land claim. Because remember, up in what a place up in near Kleinland name, that Mark Golding got back for the people then. Some place in St. Catherine. That Michael Malik got back for the people. Hey, them don't know what I hit them, you know. They don't.
This time we don't think we need no disruption from neither 1,100 or the engineer at this time. Make them go over them platform with them little bit of crowd, go spread their own narrative. We don't want no disruption.
Uncle Blair, come in and know what the engineer tell me say about me disrespect, man.
You
don't need to understand yourself. Exactly, because he come and let them company gang up something. The two of them in the box like two kindergarten pitney and make this heap and nice. It not sound good and nobody can do it on them platform. Alvaro, you have to go check the moderator settings and activate all the ways where you see no turn on, because me can't add nobody, me can't mute or nothing. Yeah.
Right now, people like me, not even if me a scroll from TikTok and me accidentally buck up on one of them live, me get blocked, me get cut out, or so I make them run me way. So me no see we give the engineer a chance to come. But the engineer is not coming on the platform to be objective, he's coming to be disruptive.
No, Mr.
His duty. Disruption.
Mr. Any man go have a good talk, you know.
No, you know, I can't have that. The engineer duty, I heard him on a live yesterday when he said 100, who said he is a laborer, but he used to go on platform and say he's independent. You understand? In order to go in the box and then start the discussion. And that is exactly what the engineer come up there and do this morning. Take us away from presenting the housing project of Mark Golding. I'm going some different way. So we can
come with the agenda, man.
Understand?
They're coming with their agenda.
I heard him with Kizzy yesterday morning. I was on the far page. We don't have access to freedom platform. It's only one somebody them have on them platform. And I will talk to Ingram about it. Because Ingram was on Dujan platform yesterday, and Dujan having up a picture of Mark Golding as a bullfrog. And he should have never entertained that. He should have never go into the box with that up there. So if you're listening, I was very disappointed, Ingram. Very disappointed, because we could never have a picture like that on any live and any one of them come and join it. Because them don't want we on them live. So we are going to start entertain these guys on our line to come and disrupt.
There's a sense of a discussion, man. Me don't know what discussion is listening. You say Prime Minister plan better than Mark, but you cannot say how. How we better? You think you're going to tell me, say, boy, be better, you know? We'll give some money up front, you know. From the moment free land mentioned, you know, it can't better, you know. The cost of land gone, you know, and the man have to take a free land, you know.
I'm telling you what really the engineer depend. You see where the engineer depend? Him know for your fact say because JLP can't get their mind around the proposal that Mark Golding come with. So him on a strategy to make it not look feasible when it is more than feasible to happen. Because if it never feasible, the analysts them will look out on it and say it can't happen. You understand? The mere fact that the analysts them are coming, the speech itself is a blow to them. So what him come here to do is try to distract people in a sense to try make it look like him have a conversation, but him not. You understand? Because if you ask him the positive about the plan of Mark Golding present, he might go say him got last words. You understand? Him have an objective to push Andrew on his ideology, which now work. You understand what I say? So when him come, he must learn from mute him mic, because all him do attack be a garbage. You understand what I say? And him have, anytime he push a point across, him feel like him want for button and distract where you want to say. You understand what I say? So nobody know for really. Him have to just learn for deal. When you not deal with the engineer, not for deal with time. You give him time, make him talk, and mute him after that. You understand? Else he might try and mash up the line.
And so Vegas not attracting a large enough audience because a man of his stature, he should be debating people like Ralston Ivan.
Statute, what statute Vegas we not stop it.
I don't know what statute Vegas have to go debate people like Ralston Ivan. Man is an economist. Vegas just barely go have a secondary school, a secondary education him have. But I'm feel to say the engineer and Vegas must do more, and they should attract a bigger audience, and that is the problem. Vegas take offense to it yesterday.
The engineer, top madness. Because when me go to college, I ran stand high school man class. I mean, you couldn't make me couldn't run for you, but you run for Ralston. Engineer, that's few them in madness there. Madness. Engineer, top madness, man. Run for you in the sense of.
Why don't you allow him to just look and can't say nothing? Just mute him backsides and can't hear himself even in the comment section either.
Anytime the engineer want to come in our box, if him ask one question, he must mute until we feel like give him a next minute. 1 minute he must be limited to, if we ever put him back in our box. And I am recommending not to put him back in any box when we are having a discussion. If he want to go in a box, go over Kizzy, go over Black King, and go over Infomedia. And do that. Over the same belongs to.
This was a discussion now I go be. What you tell me say what better over discussion. Me no say the madness the man are coming like. Madness there.
Vegas can debate Ralston Ivan. And Vegas is not an economist.
That dispute madness, man. For me, what me knowledge is some limited and Vegas couldn't talk to me about something. Go around. We have to talk to somebody and no facts on the day. What facts there? No beat the big yellow book, you know. All them talk, you know. What is in the big yellow book? That's all you need to provide, the big yellow book. You know, if you have not born a budget, tell Andrew to tell a wife guy in a big yellow book. That's all.
Andrew must tell us where he got the money from in the 28 accounts. Andrew must tell us what happened with SSL. Andrew must tell us what happened to the expenditure thing that for the Auditor General. Ask him what is going to happen this year. We're now doing 24 million missing from Education Ministry. The way you call that time will run out because it has a factor limitation, you know. And this year, some months down the line in this year, we can't ask them about that 124 million again, right? But people, I think what it is that we sit back and allow too many things. I've been saying from a long time, say sometimes a little delegation of people not a protest or demonstration, must have a letter penned and go across the road. We would like to give this to the Prime Minister. I would like to give this to the Governor General, and somebody takes it from us because they work with us. We are the employers, and then they take it and we grow our thing because the 124 million that is missing from the something them say they're putting some university thing. We don't have no accountability for that. Nobody will see it, and time is passing, and this year is the final year. We can ask them about that 124 million again. The lady's out there still not working. She's on eviction. They bring her back, and the people in Barlow know that they had to run out again. But come this year, the end of this year, or some months down the line in this year, we can no longer talk about that 124 million because capital limitation will have reached it. Some will know. So we also can talk about. I mean, honestly.
Engineer said yesterday, say anytime him come on the platform and we mention SSL, his duty is to insert FinSac and derail the conversation. I heard him personally say that yesterday. So anytime you go at the engineer you mention SSL, he's going to insert FinSac in the argument. And then the argument will go down, way down in a FinSac, and we are going to stop talk about SSL. I heard him yesterday morning when he said that. Him can't deny it if he feel like, but I personally ran with me 2 big years.
Make a Labour Party, so Andrew Holness is putting people around him who, when he loses the election, he wants these people to be backing him so that he can even retain opposition leader. That's why he's putting some people. He's taking all of the ingredients from NNN, putting them in position that they cannot manage. He take the woman from overseas who are big pension now because she's knowing, yo, Pedro, too much things are going on. Too many things. Andrew is putting people around him who's going to back him. He make a whole new ministry for what's your name there? What's your name? The one who is doing the constitutional reform thing. He make a whole new ministry for her. He made a whole new when his cousin Anthony Anderson was in the army, headed the police force. When his cousin wanted to go head FID man them said no, we don't want you over here. So what did he do? He made a brand new post for him. Disaster Risk Management Review Committee Manager. You understand?